Like most of today's presenters, Carrie Solages has been an activist since high school. As editor-in-chief of his high school newspaper, he was a leader against racism. At Georgetown, he fought against anti-Semitic and racist incidents occurring on campus. And now as an attorney and a human rights commissioner, Carrie is a force in our communities, writing and speaking about the injustices that too often find their way to headlines, and perhaps, more importantly, incidents that may not be brought to our attention. His belief that every free people deserves a free press combines his love for journalism with his strong commitment to making our world a better place for everyone. Carrie.
I would like to thank Marvin and the Yes We Can Long Island team for this special opportunity. This is especially meaningful for me because I have dedicated my life to advancing diversity in high school, college, as an attorney, as a human rights commissioner for this county, and now here for you. We are here to celebrate the message of President Barack Obama. It is not merely a numerical coincidence that our new president's nomination came 40 years after the death of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. 40 is a number that unites people. In the Christian faith, 40 is significant because Jesus spent 40 years in the wilderness. And then there are the 40 days of Lent, which is a season of renewal and repentance. In the Jewish faith, Moses led the Jews for 40 years in the desert before Joshua could lead them out. And in the Islamic faith, the Honorable Prophet Muhammad received his revelations from Allah at the age of 40. 40 is a number that unites people. 40 unites just as diversity unites. Diversity is often thought of as a celebration of difference, as picking out the differences that run between us. But the election of President Obama, this historical event, has expanded this idea. It has infused a new meaning into the word. Diversity is a responsibility and a commitment to recognize and understand the similarities that we have as upstanders and not as bystanders. And emphasize the commonalities rather than the differences that run between us. Of all the important agendas we can localize today that incorporate Obama's message of hope and responsibility, I think it's imperative that we address diversity. For me, President Obama, represents a redefinition of the dialogue on diversity. America has an amazing ability to redefine and to reinvent itself by keeping the positive and letting go of the negative. That progress may not be as fast for some, but it happens. And we cannot call ourselves a nation of cowards, as our Attorney General, Eric Holder, recently said. We must give ourselves credit where credit is due. We are braver and try better than any other nation on the face of this earth when it comes to our proclamation of a nation based on equality. This new diversity is redefined in two ways. It is redefined in focus, and it is redefined in method. As for focus, it has come to generalize and recognize the individual. It is no longer just about black, white, or Muslim, Christian. It's about fair treatment for all groups, and even for those in each group. We have chosen a global leader. He is a multifaceted figure, and most people can find within him something that speaks to them, whether it be geography, intellectual thought, family upbringing, or the fact that he played basketball in high school. So now we are forced to look at each other in a deeper way. Today, when a teacher looks at his or her classroom, whether it be in Oyster Bay or in Brentwood, they can finally think to themselves, any one of my students could be the President of the United States. Valuing the individual is not a new concept. This message was perhaps imprinted best in our national psyche by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his I Have a Dream speech. That day on the steps